Hello everyone, so today we are going to be talking about a few achievements, not too many because they're honestly pretty chill, except there's 3 achievements that are actually pretty damn nasty. If I see that there's more, I will be covering those as well, but honestly I'll just be talking about every single one of them. But I'll just take a few seconds on most of them. So level 25, venting. This is extremely easy. All you have to do is just play the class, attack a whole bunch of specials, a whole bunch of waves, a whole bunch of elites with your ranged weapon, and then use your skull and vent, like sacrifice one skeleton, and boom, you vent. Pretty easy. And then okay, so this is the most difficult one. This is the most difficult one because generating 400 overcharge in 18 seconds is going to be pretty tough, and you won't be using this staff. Do I still have the loadout? No, I don't. Okay, so what you will be using for this terrible achievement, you will be using the apparently the corsication staff is not that good anymore. It's still doable on that staff, but you should be definitely running bull staff around, not bull, beam staff, because apparently it's a lot easier now. And the way you do this is, whenever you will be running that achievement, you need to be spamming the charged attack a whole bunch of times. Thing is, you need a shitload of attack speed to do that achievement, and you need to be doing that on the Tower of Treachery, specifically on this map, because you have 100% chance of constantly having the right potions, but you need attack speed. So the way you'll be doing all this is, by the way, you can do a few achievements at once. So you'll be running Raise the Dead reanimates 6 additional skeletons that decay after 20 seconds, which is the bottom left talent. Army of the Dead, you definitely want this talent because you will be running this one, because it grants you attack speed whenever you have at least 4 or more minions ahead of you, not ahead of you, just 4 minions alive. And because you are playing Army of the Dead, you will constantly have those 6 minions. Because if you're not running this, you will be losing attack speed because we will be venting using the skull. Which means if you are running any of these talents, you will be losing a bunch of attack speed, basically, because eventually you will be venting too much, and eventually you have too much. You have too little amount of minions. You have below 4, and then you cannot vent. I mean, you can vent still, but you lose 20% attack speed. Not 20, 12. Oh my god, I can't speak anymore. So that we don't care about. This you don't want. You definitely want the Danse Macabre. You definitely don't care about those. You definitely don't care about those either. And you don't care about this one either. What you do want is just Army of the Dead and the Danse Macabre. This is basically the 2 achievements that you definitely need to be running. When it comes to your gear, attack speed, attack speed, attack speed. So you definitely want a charm that has attack speed on it, and you want a decanter running. I'm guessing I'm on the second build. Yes, I am. So you want that decanter running. Because you'll be needing a lot of attack speed, and you'll be using one single potion of speed. And I'll show you the whole thing. It's extremely difficult to do, but I'll show you anyway. I'll just mess it up, but I'll just explain how it works, and it's actually pretty quick to run to the part where you can actually do that. So yeah, decanter is important. Then the trinket you don't care about too much because it's no attack speed, no anything. The necklace you don't care about it either. You want the attack speed if you can run it. If you have attack speed, I think you can run attack speed on soul staff. Can you? Actually, no, you can't. Never mind. Okay, so you do not. Okay, extremely important. This is the most important bit of this is not having thermal equalizer nor having hit sync, because even if you do not hit any target, hit sync does trigger. And obviously, if you do somehow run this, you cannot have any crit chance on any of your pieces of gear. But no thermal equalizer and no heatsink. You see, if you have any of these, it's failed. You just cannot do it. It's like you need an insane lot of attack speed. And yeah, you don't. The attack speed that you have on your Reaper doesn't matter. The attack speed that you have on this doesn't matter. All you have that actually grants you attack speed on your Necromancer is the Charm, having Decanter plus attack speed, having Vanille Dense Macabre, and having the Army of the Dead. That's all you can do on this character. Because you want to have specific bots. You want your bots to be running Bardman as Ranger Veteran. Here's why. Ranger Veteran has a talent. Remember to swap the talents after you're finished and to swap the bots if you're not running that bot specifically. Because, I forgot to swap them back after that. Usually I run Scavenger. But for that specific achievement, you need to have your bot run Drunken Brawler. So whenever you kill a whole bunch of specials, you get a bunch of Veil. And only Sienna, if you are doing this with friends, only Sienna is the one having attack speed. So leave every single bottle of Veil for Sienna. Have Sienna slowly drink them over time. Kill a bunch of specials, and eventually you'll have the 9% attack speed. And with those 9% attack speed plus your attack speed gear, it can be sufficient on the Necromancer, but it may not be. And if you really want to be sure that you definitely do the achievement right, please have a Grail Knight and run Virtue of Duty, so you have an additional quest. You could also run the Virtue of Purity, which increases the effects of your attack speed on the quest. It just means that you will probably need to restart the mission a couple times to actually get the right quest. Because sometimes, you can get the Grimoire one, you can get the Tome one, and if you only have 2 quests, you probably won't get the attack speed one. It's possible, but it's not super likely. Just restart over and over if you want to run the talent, and it's actually even better if you run Purity, but it will cost you a few resets probably. But it gives you more attack speed. And so the way this works is you need to kill, I believe, 6 or 8 specials total, so you will be camping into the map a few minutes to do the achievements for sure. So you need to do the quest that gives you the attack speed. You need to have 3 stacks of Veil because of the Ranger Veteran, on your Necromancer. So now we can actually look into the achievement itself. You will be running into the Treacherous Adventure. You will be running Tower of Treachery, and the way you do this is you get inside of the map, of course. You have your Beam Staff, by the way. You don't have Thermal Equalizer, nor the other one that I said. I don't remember the name.
What have you done now? I really thought we'd put
and you want to reach the potion bit.
Mostly because you were dead.
And the way you're gonna do this is, because we have additional minions whenever we summon skeletons, we will have a constant supply of skeletons, but we will be running one single because we have Decanter, we can actually use one single purple potion before starting to do the achievement. I'll show you exactly what I mean, but you start with a purple potion and you have the bots give you actually not even give you, you have the bots you need, I think, one additional potion, but I think one is in, I don't remember exactly how many you need. You have 18 seconds to do the achievement, so if you have a mod that you can time specifically at, like, I don't know, you wait every single minute to start the achievement, it might be easier to track, or you actually have a real life timer. It also works. And so the way this works is, by the way, just a reminder, we have six additional minions, which we don't have here because I'm not running the town. The way this works is you clear the whole room, you wait for a bunch of specials because you want to do the Kruber's Grand Knight quest for the attack speed, and you also want to get specials anyways because the Ranger Veteran needs to drop a bunch of ale. You need to have 3 stacks available. Make sure you reset the stack once you are at 3. Please wait for one more wave of special for one, again, because the Grey Knight needs the quest to be done, and also because you want to make sure you have enough time to do it, so you don't want to lose your 3 stacks in case you fail. That's extra security. So the way you do this is I think the purple one is this. So it's blue. Okay, so that's healing potion. So I guess we can just vent. Never mind. There you go. We drink this. So it's not this one. Orange. This way maybe. Okay, so did I just do the same thing? I might have. I don't know. Maybe we just vent again then, I guess. Oh, never mind. I guess I think 1, 2, 3 is healing as well. Oh my god, I forgot which. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I avoided. I don't. Every single time I forget which order this goes into. Maybe 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 3 is strength. Okay, so it's bad. You don't care about that. You don't want strength. We are weak. Maybe we do. I've done that already. It's gonna be healing. Actually, no. Okay. So maybe it is the same way, but if it is the same way, you want to do first the purple potion. So you do 1, 3, 2. Right? You can repeat that, I guess. 1, 3, 2. Okay, there you go. You have 1 purple potion. The bot gives me that purple potion. What? Because we have the 6 additional skeletons. You can put the minions there, by the way, so you can keep count. Because I don't have the talent, I only have 6, but if you have the talent, you have 6 additional for 20 seconds. The way this works is, before you start the thing, you want to have, I don't remember exactly which order this is. Maybe if I do this? Exactly. Okay. So if it is the same way every single time, again, I forgot, just do 3, 2, 1. I don't think it's the same, but basically what you want is, just in case, have 2 whole blue potions, just because you never know if you need more and if you have enough time, and have one purple at the start. That should. I don't have any sound, by the way, so I don't understand where. I don't know where the Blightstoner is actually at. But once you're ready, once you have enough attack speed, once you have all your stacks, once you have everything, what you do is you summon your minions 1 more time, so you have those skeletons. You drink the purple potion. You drink the blue potion. You start hammering the holds attack as on your staff beam. You resummon your minions. If you feel like you don't necessarily have to resummon them, it's just an extra safety net. Then you have a whole lot of extra minions because you have now 12 additional skeletons, and you might actually vent the temporary ones. It's not guaranteed, but I think it may happen. You have those regular temporary minions that you can vent by completely spamming with the beam staff holds, the beam staff. I guess shotgun ability, kinda. By spamming this with all your attack speed, you reach about, I'd say, you don't have to reach critical, because if you reach critical, you lose attack speed. So you reach about, I'd say about this, and then you vent with your skeleton. You're pressing R, there you go, and you do it again. And because you have so many minions, even if you vent a whole lot, you will still have 4 skeletons active, because you may have a chance to vent your temporary ones. And even if you do not have enough time, because you had drank a purple potion, you can also still summon probably 1 additional set of skeletons, which means you can actually probably spend a little bit more. That is how you do it, and because you are, by the way, running the Army of the Dead talents, this means you can do 2 in 1 by doing the purple potions a whole bunch of times. So what you do is you take 2 purple potions, because with decanter, by the way, this is extremely important. You need 2 decanter purple potions, maybe even more. I'll just do more so I can reach max stack, but I don't think you need. I don't think you need two. I think you 3. I think you just need 2 at best. And so there you go. We have 2 now. This bot has 1. I have 1 in my inventory, so there you go. I am full. I have a bunch because I don't have Army of the Dead right now. Just imagine I do run it. The second achievement asks you to have a bunch of minions. So what you do is you drink, you summon, you wait, the counter to have its effects. You summon again, you drink, then you summon again. And that should be enough. If not, you still have 1 more. And if you have enemies or anything, you can still, if you have crit giving you cooldown reduction, it's even better. And then there you go. That is 4 summons in like 20 seconds, and that's probably enough to have all the minions active, which I think is 24 skeletons, right? So I think you do need maybe a third one. I don't remember. But either way, this is how you do the achievement. It is the first one with the 400 overcharge is extremely difficult, but you need to be venting before you reach critical states, I guess, with the staff. But again, it is important that you run with beam staff because this generates a lot more overheat. And as you can see, I don't have heatsink nor thermal equalizer, and it does generate still pretty slowly. But I do have attack speed. And the more you have that attack speed, the more you have like a Barden and you have Grail Knight and you have a potion and everything, you'll be feeling pretty good, and that might actually be a viable build because honestly it's pretty cool. And attack speed with Scythe and Necromancer is just insane. Doesn't look like it, doesn't feel like it. You'd imagine it's mostly crits because of the cursed blood. But honestly, having the attack speed is pretty cool too. So yeah, that's how you do the most difficult achievement on Sienna, and we'll be talking about a few much simpler achievements, which are, we'll see, I guess, because I forgot about them. So yeah, the venting thing, the 400 overcharge we just talked about. Command your skeletons to attack an elite enemy 30 times. So this you can definitely do at range on a Chaos Warrior. The only thing is, it has to attack you and not the skeletons. This is because if the Chaos Warrior decides to attack the skeletons, it's going to be a little bit painful. What you can do is go into Empire in Flame and make the skeleton fully attack the Chaos Warrior, and it should not die because if you have enough range, it will be fine. Okay, I can actually just show you probably, but we'll just talk about the achievements before we start experiencing stuff. But yeah, that achievement is actually pretty chill. Now this is difficult. This is the third most difficult one. Have skeletons damage 60 different enemies in 2 seconds. So it might seem difficult, but honestly it's actually pretty chill. All you have to do is again use Into the Nests, but this time we are not going to run the same town, which is Army of the Dead. We're not running this. This time we're running Dread Seneschal, sorry. Why? Because you can do this. Actually, no, it doesn't work. Never mind, it's not the right minion. Because you can do... Is it good now? Yes. Looks like it's good. They have helmets. Yeah, they have shields. There you go. Because you can do this. Charge. And the charge does damage. You see? It's cool because they're charging. There you go. That's it. The reason why you do this is because by charging, they actually hit everything. I'd like to show you that it does that it is in fact charging because it might not look like it is. I'm actually not sure if they are charging. It's maybe else fort maybe. But there you go. If I'm thinking this, as you can see, they are walking a little slower. Like definitely a little slower. Yeah, you see they're a lot slower actually. And yeah, that's basically what you do. You run this talent because you'll be using it on Into the Nests. You'll wait a wave. Again, I'll show you. I won't show you the achievement. I'll just show you the way you do it. It's extremely easy, that achievement, when you think about it. All you have to do is honestly, you don't even have to have the Soul Eater staff because it's probably gonna be painful. Because if you want to solo it, please run the Bolt staff
I do like visiting dwarf
and
farms,
just
even when they're in
kill
ragged
your allies.
Knoll is one of those.
And
We're to
once
go
they're
in
dead, not
crazy
everyone,
numbers.
you may just keep
Burn the
one or
varmints'
something.
little warlord
But
to a
if you
crisp.
can do it with a
Of
buddy
course, I'm
that
looking
just
forward to
kills
it.
every single
Not made
other
of stone.
champion in champion difficulty, if your buddy, if you have a buddy that can help you, just kill both other the guys, I guess, bots, and they can just stand with you instead of holding aggro. That'd be even better. And if you can have a buddy, this means you can also run a deed with it that increases waves. And by increasing waves, this means you can do um, a whole lot more enemies charged by the skeletons. And the way, because it might not look like it, but the charge itself actually does a little bit of damage. And this is I'm noting this because I'm not finishing the mission. But the reason why it's might seem difficult is because they actually don't cleave so much, those skeletons. But when you do have a wave, what you do is actually stand on his side. So you may stand there. So remember, both bots are dead because you killed them. You have one bot available to help you in case there's a special and you mess it up. You may also kill all three if you feel comfortable taking care of specials. You can do it for sure. I don't, because I don't want to mess it up. But to be fair, I did it with a friend. But if you can kill all specials, please do so. Not specials. If you can kill all three bots, please do so, and then just stand there. Just stand either there. Even better if you can actually parry this block there and just stack them up all together, and then as soon as you have enough enemies stacked up and you have a few waves, just stay on the side but go up, summon all the way onto the other side. Oopsie, that's why you need bots. And then because they spawn here, you order them to attack through the last one over there. And because there's a whole bunch of mobs in between, because you're baiting there or on this side, I guess, depending on where you're standing, you're because they're also staggered, because you just summoned a bunch of minions, and summoning minions actually staggers everything, including monsters. Because they're on one side like they currently are, you can just ask them to charge through all the way over there. Thing is, they won't charge everything. They can charge through everything. Like this, they cannot because let's do that. This. It didn't work. Okay, but you get the point. By actually asking them to charge, they're gonna actually rush through everything. But you need a little bit of range. Because as you can see, it's not. They need to be like there, you know. That's why having a buddy makes it a little bit easier, because currently there's not enough range. But that's also why you gotta. There you go. That works. It's a little bit difficult again. That's why you definitely want to kill all bots, and maybe you have one buddy helping you getting aggro over there. And what you do is, you definitely, as soon as they spawn, literally as soon as you press F, you want them to as soon as they spawn, while they're climbing out of the floor, you want to use the skull and instantly call them to attack them all the way at the bottom. Because keep in mind that, like, I have bots right now, but keep in mind you're running with like all bots dead or like one alive, and maybe not a bot, maybe a player. This means that there's a whole wave here, and there's probably a whole bunch of mobs running this way, which means you can actually summon them, it'll stagger them back, and while they're climbing back up, you just ask them to charge all the way to the bottom, all the way to the ends, to the furthest mob, and that should give you the 60 mobs charged through by the enemies, and that should actually be fine. There you go. That's exactly how the achievement works. Let me pick up my talent again, and that should be honestly pretty okay. We should be done so with the achievements there. Let me You can also still. I actually didn't even have the charge, I guess. But that's why they didn't charge, I guess. But yeah, you need the Dread Seneschal. And the only other achievement that it doesn't require you to have the essential one, but it may be easier as such, is have skeletons defend. Ask skeletons to defend a spot and take 400 damage. So the way you do this is you wait specific areas on some maps, like for example, the Screaming Bell. Just after the first grimoire, there's a little jump down on the left when walking towards the first dome, I guess. There's a little drop down. For example, here you have a whole bunch of minions. Actually, yeah, you have a whole bunch of rats that can climb up in order to join you and attack you. You can just ask the skeletons to camp there. If not, you can also use the pit. There's plenty of different spots. Every single spot in the game where you have a whole bunch of minions climbing, you can use that to your advantage, and all the mobs climbing won't go for you. They'll actually go for the minions, and because of the ledge, it's why I'm talking about Screaming Bell. It's because the ledge is very small. We're talking like this small of a ledge, so it's still a jump. They still have to climb up. But if you just tell your skeletons to be at the edge, they can actually just attack them, and they won't climb up. They'll just attack. And if you have bots, you can just stand back there, and you'll be fine. And the bots won't interact. This means that they can just take damage, and all you have to do is just wait. This is one of the ways you do that achievement. This is one of the spots you can use for that achievement. There's plenty. You don't even have to use a specific spot. You can use a corridor or anything, as long as you have a whole bunch of mobs stacked up. They can just tank a whole bunch of hits. It just needs to be 10 seconds. So you need a big wave. So it's arguably easier and higher difficulty because one, they do more damage, and two, because they're tankier, and three, because there's more mobs. So yeah, the 24 skeletons, I've told you, you can actually definitely very easily do it with the 400 overcharge generation. Then you have, this is extremely easy. All you have to do is run the middle talents all the way. The last talent, run the middle one. Because every single skeleton is going to apply the dot. If not, you can just still use the staff and then attack with the melee attack the enemy that is cursed by your dot, and then that should be counting as well. One of the more difficult ones would be the Mistress of the Staff, which is what you gotta do is stagger a whole patrol with your Soul Eater staff. So what you want there is a bunch of attack speed. You don't need to do the same thing we did with the first one, with the Overcharged one. All you need is a bunch of attack speed on your gear, so just have one attack speed trait on your charm, and that should do it. However, the best map to do this is definitely Into the Nest. And I'm not kidding, this map is insane. Into the Nest, because you have about an 80% chance of getting a Skaven patrol throughout the whole map. This means that wherever it is, it may be near the third tome, for example. It's usually where I get it. I think it is usually where I get it. And thankfully, it can also come after that, but I honestly prefer that specific area because they're kind of not cornered, but they have to go through like a little corridor in order to come into the room, the big room where there is the third tome. This is why I kind of prefer there. But the thing is, you need attack speed and you also need strength. And you need power, I guess, because having hero power means you get more stagger. And all you want is stagger. You don't want damage, you want stagger. But you do have to deal damage with higher stagger, I guess. The only danger in that specific achievement is it needs to be every single elite staggered before they die. And it is pretty tight because usually a second later they die. Because either of the skeletons, the dots, or maybe the next shots, they might die. But what you need is probably a decanter potion again, and have bots stand back, so you're going to stand away, preferably like on a high ground a little bit, because this way, like for example, if bots are over there and like the patrol is over there, and you have like a strength potion. So definitely drink the attack speed potion with decanter first, and then drink the strength potion that the bot gives you. Or maybe have like a player have proxy and drink the potion at the same time. That's also very much doable. And what you do is you may send the minions into the fight. It doesn't really matter at all, but preferably not. And what you do is you just drink the blue potion. You have someone else drink the strength potion or give it to you. So if they do drink it, they need proxy as a charm effect. And when they do drink it, when you do have both effects, what you do is you just spam the regular button. And what you gotta do is hit both the bottom of the the patrol, the last enemy, and the first one. And you have to shoot if you can in between the two, in between the patrol, like at the middle of the back. If you can land a few hits there, it's even better. But what you want is landing as much different hits on every single target as possible, and they should all be staggered. And the reason you use the strength potion is because the strength potion, although it increases your damage, it also increases stagger. Because the more damage you do, the more stagger you have. I mean, it makes perfect sense. Can I even? No, I can't really see how much stat the strength potion gives you. It just gives you a whole lot of strength. That's all that matters, I guess. And there you go. That's right. As you can see, the dot is at like 2.75. If I do a headshot, it's 2.75 again. And if I leave that state, it's still 2.25. Okay, so it is more damage. And I was at like 10 damage each shot, and now I'm at like 7.75. So it is pretty difficult to not kill them, because you do a lot of damage with this staff, especially to elites. So definitely, maybe remove some of that power against like Armored or Skaven. That might actually make your life a little bit easier. And if you can, maybe like remove Thermal Equalizer is great on that situation, because if you do run, for example, critical hits increase attack power, that is dangerous to run. You cannot use this because this is too much attack power. But you can go like monster power and berserk, for example, and this should be, or like crit power. I don't know, and this should be enough not to one shot or like to kill them too fast. That should be enough to actually finish the achievement. It is a little bit of a painful achievement, I gotta say. It's a little harder than I anticipated it to be, but I also did one try whenever I actually tried to do it. But those achievements, as Necromancer, they are a little difficult because it's the last class that has been added, so the achievements are a little bit harder, and they do require you to have some of those potions and stuff. There's one more achievements that I forgot, I must say. It is the Reaping Time, which is cleaving more than 15 enemies in one swing. 5 times. This one, I don't remember if I did it legit or if I didn't. I think I actually had to turn on a deed for waves, and I did it on Into the Nest again, on the same spot, on the little rocks. This time, though, you don't necessarily have to have the bots killed. You can probably just have them into the corner, then jump in, do one swing, then block, jump back up again, wait another wave, do that 5 times, and that should give you the achievement. This one is a little bit painful because you can't really do that. It's 5 times in a row. It's not like it's not 5 times on one mission, then 5 times again. And there's also one thing that you can do. If it is a mixed wave, there's one talent that if you get a crit hit, it goes through everything, unlimited cleave power. This is pretty good because it makes your scythe not get stopped if there is something if there's an elite or tankier mob in the middle. It is honestly something that I would advise, because you know, you need cleave, and you know, having infinite cleave on a crit is pretty cool. For that achievement specifically, it is much easier than the previous achievements that we talked about, but honestly, it's not that easy either. The headshot's pretty easy. This is pretty easy. This is honestly just run the middle tunnel at the end, and this should be fine. By default, I run the middle tunnel at the end because it's too good. It's too powerful. That's all it is, and that's it. And complete level while having at least 4 skeletons alive for more than 95% of the time. You should be doing that by default. If not, just run recruit and just go melee. Because if you stay at range, yes, you will do more damage. Yes, you may one-shot stuff, but the skeletons will take every single bit of damage. But as soon as you get as much cooldown reduction as you can for this, and as soon as you get them back, instantly summon them. Unless you see a patrol, then maybe wait a little bit. Wait like for one to die and then start summoning them again. You know, and then you should get the portrait. That should be donezo. Honestly, those achievements as Necromancer all sound extremely difficult. Some of them are difficult to explain. Some of them require preparation. But in practice, except the Overcharged one, they are actually all pretty damn easy to do, compared to honestly the engineer ones. So all I can say is good luck for your achievements and see you next time. Bye.